this is Zhongli. He's level 70 because I only raised him for his shield. And you know what I hate? Fighting this monster. So, Zhongli's level 70. His overall details are he has 24% crit rate, he's 165% crit damage, 134% energy recharge. He has a 60% geo damage bonus. His HP overall is 33k.
Wine tastes the same as I remember.
We get most of that from Black Tassel. It's a 3-star polearm that I've R5'd because I love killing slimes, and why not? He's so angry. Other options that are reasonable depending on how you're running him could be the Blackcliff pole, could be prototype Star Glitter, could maybe be the catch because it also has ER on it. I would not say Dragon's Mane because EM does not buff him. I would not say Crescent Pike because he doesn't really do a lot of physical damage. White Tassel would be good if I had it. I don't. You don't need to R5 the Black Tassel. Because it's like all that does is increases this, but if you want to, go for it. I have a 4-piece Tenacity of the Millithith on him because a 2-piece set increases his HP by 20%. And the 4-piece is when an elemental skill hits an opponent, the attack of all nearby party members is increased by 20%, and their shield strength is increased by 30% for 3 seconds. This effect can be triggered once every half a second, and it can still be triggered even when the character who's using the artifact set is not on the field. So that means that when you throw Zhongli's pillar out on the floor, as long as it is hitting an opponent, it will buff nearby party members' attack by 20%. This is a great 4-piece substat bonus, but I can tell you from my experience as being just kind of like a bumbling, like firing on all cylinders player, I don't always get this buff. I just like the 4-piece Tenacity in the Millilith set on Zhongli. So if you want to run a 2-piece Tenacity and a 2-piece something else, go for it. No problem. Have a great time. You could do Gladiator, you could do Noblesse, you could do Shimenawa, you could do Emblem of Severed Fate. Like, there's so many 2-piece bonuses that would also be really great on Zhongli if you don't want to fuss over trying to do the 4-piece set damage. So in terms of like artifacts, we have great rolls here for crit damage and crit rate. We have great rolls here for crit damage and energy recharge and an okay defense one. We have great rolls here for crit damage and crit rate. We have really exciting rolls here for HP percent. So this one's not leveled to 20 because I would love a different geo damage bonus cup that only rolls into HP percentage. I also sometimes mess around while running an HP percent damage bonus cup. I'll show you that. It's not HP percent damage, but you know what I mean. And then I have a crit damage helm on him because why not? Sometimes I'll put a defense one on him for the lulls. Sometimes I put an HP one on him for the lulls. It kind of just depends on however you want to go. But so the reason I'm saying I switch between running HP as the main stat on some artifacts or geo damage or crit damage is because his E skill and his Q ultimate both do damage based on they both scale off of his HP. So like the shield that he makes with E, the damage absorption scales based on Zhongli's max HP. And so the additional shield absorption is 20% of his max HP. And then Planet Befall does geo damage, but it has this passive called Resonant Waves. No, it has this passive called Dominance of the Earth, my bad. That Planet Befall's damage is increased by 33% of his max HP. So depending on how you want to build Zhongli, you can build him solely on HP to have that super strength, the shield, and super strength his ultimate. Or you can kind of mess around with like Just like a straight like geo damage, crit rate, crit damage build, and just see if you can get like a really big number with a consistent crit rate. And it's just like kind of all over the place. Like his build is really flexible. Like you don't have to do a set that goes all together if you don't want. His like secret passive talent sucks. Like he refunds 15% of the aura used when crafting polearm type weapons. Like who cares? But that kind of is what lends credence to the fact that it's like, okay, well maybe I should craft prototype star glitter for him because like maybe it's like maybe that's what they want you to do and that's why they gave him this passive. But yeah, so his talents, I have them at 688, and like I said, it's like I just use him for his shield. He hasn't done me wrong yet. I use a lot of really squishy characters. It's great because the shield kind of also reduces interruption sometimes, so it helps out Yoimiya a lot. But he's kind of like a good all-around character. Obviously, there are more and more enemies coming out every day that can hurt you through a shield. So like there are enemies that it's good against, there are enemies that his shield is bad against. But yeah, that's it. That's Zhongli.